Okay, there you go. I can see both. So this
Yeah,
is
me too.
happening.
Finally, yes.
Oh, this is gonna be our first drunk episode because why not? And I we tried to have this episode 3 times before. First time, what happened? I don't remember. You
I
had to
don't know.
cancel because
I had to cancel the first time. Was it always me who canceled? Yeah, I know I had like this very unsteady job that I didn't know, when I was
oh,
working
you're
and when
right,
I was not. So that
right.
might have been why.
And the second time you had to
Uh,
cancel again because there's something going on as well. And then the third time I was like, okay, finally I have everything under control. Then I had to work
yeah.
at night, as you saw yesterday when I
hmm
sent you the pictures of
Yeah.
the night castle. Mm, that never happened to me before. So it was odd. It's almost like the universe trying to stop us from recording.
It was, but even the universe isn't strong enough to stop this from happening. So let's go.
Let's go. Oh, first of all, shout out to before that, I think I'm gonna introduce you to whoever listening to this podcast. It's been forever, but since the day I started this podcast, I knew I was gonna have her because she's very important.
Oh,
They're important.
drunk already.
Yes, please. No, please introduce yourself.
Oh, sure. So my name is Maroussia. We've been friends for what, like 10 years almost now?
Yeah,
I guess so.
probably. Mm. I was gonna ask you that.
Um,
I don't remember exactly.
I don't remember exactly, but I know I was in high school when we started talking. So that was a
You
long time
were.
ago. Yeah.
I think you were in high school. I just graduated high school. Did I already? Was I already
Um,
doing the job wearing
you
a
were doing
mascot?
yes, you were doing the Minamo thing.
So I was maybe 18, 19, which is 10 years ago.
Mhm.
Exactly like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. We met on Japan Guide
Yeah.
as I met some of you who's probably listening to this as well on Japan Guide. You are one of the longest term Penpal, which ended up being actual friends because you came to visit
Mhm.
me.
Yeah.
And so it's been 10 years. This means a lot because I known you since before before Himeji, before uh my band, before
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Canada,
Yeah.
before everything.
Yes.
And you
It's
know me
crazy, right?
before, yeah, exactly. You know me before I spoke decent English. I mean, we were able to communicate. I'm not sure. Your English developed as well. So,
Yes. Well, yeah, I hope so in 10 years.
yeah, she's from France. She's not one of my American friends. We both we were both trying to study English.
Mhm.
Also, she wanted to I don't know if you wanted to study Japanese or what, but you wanted
I
Japanese
did.
friends.
Yes, 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 definitely. Um, it didn't happen. Like I can't speak Japanese even after 10 years, but yeah, I'm still, I'm still interested. And yeah, I'm gonna visit you in Japan sometime soon.
Oh yeah, finally.
Yeah.
We only met in person once, and going back to 2013 in Canada, Toronto. Um, I mean, before that, like, do you remember the first interaction we had over Japan Guide?
um,
Who messaged first? What did we say?
I know I sent you a message because I
Oh,
had
okay,
just yeah I had just like logged in on Japan Guide and I emailed or messaged a few people
right.
and yeah at first I was talking with three people, you
Mm,
and a girl and another guy, which I
mm.
stopped talking to pretty soon because I don't know they weren't that interested. And yeah, but we kept going for some reason. And yeah, I think that we really started connecting when we talked about like the Ramones. I think that was it.
Yes, I was gonna talk about that for sure.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about music. We're gonna I initially this podcast was gonna be and is going to be about like all about nerding out on music. that we listen to. So if you're not into music, I'm sorry. I know some of you who listen to this like every time I release it, but yeah, you might not be interested. But yeah, the Ramones. I guess that was the first thing, and
Yeah,
I was not playing in the band yet. So
I don't think
yeah, I
so. You were
remember
playing the guitar already, but not
I
in a
was playing
band.
the guitar. I remember
Hmm.
you playing the bass, the white bass
Yeah.
that Sid Vicious
Yes.
were the
Exactly. The
Ramon
same one
had.
as Sid Vicious. Yes.
I probably bought the same. Yeah, I bought the same one afterwards. I started playing bass too. But anyway, going back to Canada, I think I told you about this band coming to play, which happened to be our. I think it's safe to say one of the favorite bands of
Yeah.
ours at the
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
And the band is Social Distortion from Orange County, California, United States of America. And I wanted to see them so bad, and they just happened to be in the town
I
in the
know, and it
summer.
was yeah, and it was also free. I remember this.
Oh yeah,
The Social Distortion Live for free in Canada.
just pay for the ticket and the accommodation,
Hmm.
and we get to see our favorite band together. That's
Yeah.
crazy. So that year was crazy because while I was in there, so Social D came, Bad Brains came, which I didn't see, but Black Flag, not Black Flag, Flag. I'm not sure if you remember. They came too.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I was so lucky. But anyway, that was the reason I called you, and you're like, yeah, and I didn't expect you to actually come. So that was
No, I
crazy
was
for
gonna
me.
come. I remember I was gonna come. I wasn't gonna come at this particular time. Like I was thinking maybe later in the summer. But
Oh
when you
yeah,
told me that Social Distortion was gonna be live like this day, I was like, okay, this is when I'm going then.
mm, absolutely.
Hmm.
By the way, can you hear me chewing and stuff?
No.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I remember seeing you for the first time. It was on the street. I forgot which street, but it was near Kensington Market. If you live in Toronto, where
Yes.
you know where that is, and there's like a hotel. Where is it? I don't know, whatever. But I saw you, and I was like, "Wow, you're real." I probably said that to you in the face. I don't know if
I
you
don't
remember.
remember exactly, but yeah, I remember it was the day I arrived, and it was like at night. It was maybe like 10 p.m. or something.
Yeah.
And yeah, we met outside, and we were like, "Oh my God, you're for real! This is real. This is happening."
It's
Yeah.
crazy that like unless you have been on Penpal website and made friends online, and it lasted long enough so you get to see them in person. You never know the feeling. It's totally
Yeah.
different from meeting somebody at the party as well.
Mhm.
It's close. I guess it's close to meeting somebody on Tinder and meeting on in real life, but we had a stronger connection, and there was this space of friendship already built
Well,
after
yeah, plus
so
but we
many
had been
years.
talking yeah, we had been talking for like a year, maybe 2 before we met.
Oh, I think
So
so. I
yeah, I think so,
felt
yeah.
longer.
Longer than this?
2013.
Ah,
Nah,
yeah, maybe.
probably you're right. You're probably right. Because
At least 2 years.
2013,
Yeah.
2 years. Two 2000. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
We have real. I don't know how to call this thing, but like we have a really weird thing between us that like I don't know.
We're
Can you
yeah,
explain?
like we're really in sync. When something happens to me, the same happens to you somehow. Is that what you mean?
Always, yes.
Yeah.
Sync. Yeah,
Yeah, it's true.
we
Yeah,
somehow
yeah,
sync.
yeah.
Do you remember the exact like? Because it happens so much, like all the time. That's
It did.
almost creepy. Like
Yeah, especially over the past few months, I feel like this
past
happened
few
a
months.
lot. Mhm.
Yeah, especially like yeah, my life's been pretty crazy last few
Yeah.
several months, but at the same time, your life's been crazy too, and it's overwhelming to know that things that's happening to me is happening to you over across the
Mhm,
sea in France, and it's like
mhm.
almost like I feel like you are a French female version of myself.
Yeah, well, yeah, yeah, it's like, you're my alter ego or something.
I'll take it when you have better words. Yeah. Yeah, learning English to you was kinda natural, wasn't it?
um, I don't remember, to be honest, because it's been a long time. But yeah, I was really, really
Yeah.
into it from the start, so that's why
Mm.
it was, easier.
Mhm.
And also, I've always been really into movies and stuff like this, and I would
Oh,
watch
yeah.
them, and that helped just tremendously. And yeah,
Did you like Buffalo 66? Was that the movie that
of
we
course, yes, yeah, 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 I love it. I still
Okay,
love it today.
I remember that now. I think that's the movie that we were both just really were into at the time.
Yeah,
And still you are. I haven't watched that in ages.
me neither, but I
I
really like
have
it.
I have this Japanese version of what is it? A pamphlet? You guys call that?
Yeah,
Booklet.
yeah, yeah.
When they release the movie, at the theater, they sell this
Mhm,
like book about that movie, and I have
mhm.
that. Not
Oh,
that
really?
I got it, not that I got it in 90s, but like somebody had it or something and gave it to me. It's like this big.
Fuck, that's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. But anyway, that was my easily my favorite movie at the time. And so yeah, we got along with over music,
Mhm,
obviously, and
mhm,
movies.
mhm.
Um,
Yeah, I remember, like,
mainly.
this movie we both liked too was Paranoid Park. You remember this one?
Oh, Parallel Parking. I don't even remember that you liked it.
I did, I really did. I think you might, I think you recommended it to me.
Introduced.
Yeah,
Maybe.
and yeah,
Um,
yeah, but this movie really stuck with me. I still remember it. I've seen it just once, but I remember it really well.
oh my god, yeah, same. Like I only saw it once and I still remember. I was like fucking maybe, yeah, 18, I guess, or 17.
I guess so,
You
yeah.
I mean, you are a skater.
No,
Really? I remember you
no.
skating
I was, attending to I mean,
attempting.
attempting, but no, that never really worked out for me, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I tried to skate like maybe 5
Yeah,
times in my life, but always somehow didn't really resonate with me.
yeah,
But
well,
the
me neither, like,
movie
I
was
could yeah, yeah. But no, but I liked skating, like, to go from point A to point B, but
oh, as a
I couldn't do
transportation?
tricks and shit like this, yeah,
Oh, I see. So
yeah.
you use skateboard as like a transportation device.
Well, yeah, 'cause I didn't have a driving license or a car back then, and the walking was kind of, like, everything was far away. Everything is far away when you live in the countryside, so, and I didn't like cycling. So, yeah, skateboarding was a good
Oh,
option.
you didn't like cycling. Like, yeah, we always
Yeah,
cycle, so I was gonna
yeah.
is that like is it common for people in your village to cycle? Village? Is that
Oh, yeah, yeah,
fair
yeah,
to
yeah, of
say?
course. Yeah, everybody's on a bike or on a horse
Okay.
sometimes.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh, interesting.
yeah. I mean, not to go grocery shopping, but just for like a little, Sunday walk or something.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I I don't remember that part. Yeah, I cycle all the time. But anyway, um, so the Canada happened and we went to see Social D. I remember exactly I don't not exactly. We went to a Hot Topic in Eaton Center,
Yes. Yeah, yeah. I remember this,
and
yeah.
because I told you, because I saw they're selling a Social D shirt that was
Oh, right, that's where I
the
got my
classic.
Social D T-shirt,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
exactly.
Okay, yeah, because I have it and I can't remember where I bought it, but yeah, of course it was in
Mm,
Hot Topic. Uh-huh, okay, okay, okay,
there
yeah.
you go. So I have the cutout of the shirt, Ball and Chain Tour 1990s, um, behind me here.
Yeah, I saw, nice,
Listeners, you can't
really
see,
nice.
but this one actually, CC, shout out to her. CC got me this like oh, it's like XL,
Mhm.
but she got it from this shop. Now it doesn't exist anymore, but the shop is called Black Market, and they sell everything for $10. And she found this from the
Oh.
shop, so I had this one. Maybe this is only actually I have another one, and I'm wearing a new shirt that
Oh, yeah,
social
I
D
haven't
shirt.
seen yeah, 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 cool. Is this the one that you showed me, like, some time
Yes,
ago?
this is a
Recently? Yeah.
long sleeve
Yeah,
shirt.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, this one's really cool.
Yeah. I was like, I gotta wear this. Yeah, originally I was gonna like we were gonna just like talk all about social D on this episode, so we're gonna do that. But anyway, after yeah, I remember going back to the Canada story. We remember meeting up for the first time. Like, oh, you're real.
Yeah.
And we went to Hot Topic, bought the shirt, and we went to I don't know. We walked around and shit. But on the day that we saw Social D at Dundas Square in front of the shopping center called Inton Center, it's in the center of Toronto, downtown.
Hmm.
It was raining.
Yeah,
Remember that? Yeah,
I do. Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
raining. I was upset about my hair or something. I needed a bandana or something. You remember that?
No.
Oh, wow. Okay, I remember that. And I was like looking for a bandana, and I was like upset, and I made everybody feel uncomfortable. So my bad. There was CC, you,
Yes, he was here. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and CC's date. Okay, I'm not sure if this is
Oh,
like
yes, yes, I remember him. Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
sure if you this.
he left
Go ahead.
upset, so yeah. Didn't wasn't a fun day for him, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if you listen to CC, but that's a funny time that like because I was so excited about enjoying my favorite band with my favorite person at the time,
Mm, mhm.
one of my favorite person, and to see the social D and you like brought this like obnoxious dude who's trying to obviously fuck you
Yes,
and frustrated because you didn't want to, which is fair, you know. And he was like pulling all the trick to make you attracted to him. It didn't work. And you
it
like
didn't work at all. He
basically
didn't care.
yeah, and I remember she giving me this like look like help me, it's Spas. I was like, really now like fucking okay, I'm your best friend, I'll help you. But like it's like I'm meeting this person for the first time in my life. Like I don't want to fuck this up.
No,
I
it
mean
was
that's
fun.
a
Like, I mean, for
fun
me, it was
memory.
fun. Like, it's fine.
Okay, good. I didn't want to fuck the day up, but she brought this horrible date, and I was like, oh fuck's sake. And this dude, I don't know, I'm not sure if you remember, but like he just like kept talking about like smoking weed, and I was like, I wasn't like feeling that. I was like, okay, whatever. Like I want to see the social
Mm,
D, and you guys like, yeah, let's get some weed and like all that, and like he was just kept talking about weed, and like it was obviously like yeah, you know, like I'm trying to get laid
yeah,
with Cece. It
yeah,
was
yeah,
so
yeah.
fucking annoying, but the show was great.
The show was amazing. It was really, really cool.
What do you remember from the show?
Well, actually, it's funny because I don't remember the show
Oh
itself.
yeah.
I just remember like us being in the audience. That's like
Mm,
what's really engraved in my mind.
mm.
And I
Tell me.
remember like it was yeah, it was like this really hot summer day, and then it started raining during
Yeah.
the show, and that was really cool. But I can't remember like what songs they played or what they
Mm.
looked like on stage because I just remember
Oh.
yeah, I just remember the audience part. I know we were like very close to the stage too, right?
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah, so I should remember. I should have images, but I don't really.
I
But
have
yeah.
pictures, so maybe that helps.
Me too, yeah, somewhere. I'm sure I have some. But yeah,
I
no, it was
remember.
still like it's still like such a fond memory. I love this day. One of the best.
Mm. I remember the floor was so slippery. Um, I remember so many things about this, but I don't want to just talk myself by myself. But anyway,
Mhm.
I remember yeah, I remember all the things exactly what
Well,
happened.
I remember a lot. I remember like all the day that we had, and I remember Cece, and I remember you, and I remember this whatever name was this guy. Like I remember everything about the day and around the
Yeah.
show, just the show itself. I don't know, it didn't
Fair
it
enough.
didn't like mark me so much, but yeah, of course I remember this day.
Mm. Yeah,
I
well,
remember
we
it was
enjoyed a
June
lot.
13th even.
Hmm?
It was June 13th, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't remember that part.
I remember that.
No, good. Yeah, we're talking about old memories. Where I remember afterwards the show, the guy wasn't interested in socially at all.
No, not at
Fair
all.
enough. Obviously, he came here to get laid. So he was like, after the show, he was like, okay, finally, we get to smoke weed and go on a date. And CC was like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna go home."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not into, smoking weed." So, and he was like, "What?" He freaked out. I remember, like, he was like
Mhm, mhm, yeah,
angry,
yeah.
and I remember just like looking at each other and like, "Well, I guess we go then." And I remember he's screaming at us, and you and CC just holding like shoulder to shoulder, like
Yeah, yeah,
skipping,
yeah, 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 yeah. Just trying to,
and
like, get away from him. Let's go.
oh god, that was hilarious. I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, bye." But anyway, um, let's talk about social distortion then. Like what's the
Alright, let's do this.
what's the first time you heard them? Do you remember the first song you heard or time you saw them?
The first song was probably, either Story of My Life or Mom Is a Monster, something
Mm.
like this.
Was it like on YouTube or something?
I guess so, yeah. And, yeah.
Did you know the Ramones and all that, like, classic punk rock before
Yeah.
you
No, no, I was
encountered them?
already really into punk, like, I was already really into, like, the Sex Pistols and the Clash and the Ramones, mostly, at the time.
Okay.
And, yeah, I guess it was I don't know how I stumbled upon Social Distortion,
Mm.
but, yeah, I started really liking it from this.
Uh,
I think the first album I listened to and I bought even was,
mhm.
like, the blue one, Social Distortion.
The self-titled, yeah.
Yeah, and, yeah, then I just
I
started
didn't have
liking it.
that
You didn't have it?
yeah, I didn't have that for the longest time, like, until, like, maybe several years ago, actually, because I remember, like, they playing So Far Away at the
Yeah.
Dundas Square show, and I didn't recognize the song, and I was like, "What is this song?" And you're singing like, "Yeah," I mean, everybody's singing, like, "Well, I don't like, it sounds like Telling Them." The riff is so close, but, like, it's like I didn't
Yeah,
recognize, like, I
sort of,
was like
yeah, yeah,
the first song I heard was Telling Them. I remember, like, I had this DVD called, Punk's Not Dead,
yeah. Mhm.
um, which had which is, like, to me, was, like, introduction of punk music. It had a bunch of punk bands, and they show the footage of Social D playing, Telling Them, and that's the first time I heard it. I looked up online because like, we grew up with computers, like, we are
Yeah.
the generation that we had
Mhm.
access to YouTube. So it's very easy to expand, but, like, that was the first introduction, but, like, I heard the song maybe from Sex, Love, and Rock and Roll. It was Don't Take Me for Granted.
Yeah, good one.
Mm. So that
Mhm.
really, like, the guitar was, like, so I don't know if it's like I'm translating it from Japanese. If it's like weird, tell me. But the guitar sound was juicy,
Juicy, yeah, no, that's a good word for it, yeah. I see what you
like
mean. It does,
bold,
yeah.
and
Mhm, mhm.
the strong distortion, but it's not like noisy. It's like bold, and I don't know. Because I was like, I like this.
Yeah.
This guy looks cool too.
He
I like
does, he
the
really does, yeah.
aesthetic.
Mhm.
That's the first song I heard. I'm getting tipsy now.
Me too, like, I'm starting to feel it. I'm gonna slow it down maybe?
Maybe good idea. How many minutes are we in? It doesn't matter.
I don't know, I can't see the time.
Uh, let me go back. Oh no, I'm fucking around. What a disaster this is right now. Like,
Oh, it's okay, you're back.
okay, now I can see.
Alright.
Uh, all right. So first album you owned was self-titled.
Yeah.
Like, do you have it? Do you have records or CDs, or what was that
It
you
was a
using?
CD, it was a CD, I bought
Okay.
it, like, in some, secondhand store, 'cause,
Mm-hmm.
CDs were already kinda dead by then, so I bought it really cheap, and I was really happy about it because I used to listen to it in the car when I, like, first passed my driving license and I could drive on my own,
Mm-hmm.
and I could bring my CDs, and it was the one that I was listening to the most, and I loved
Oh,
it.
that's so cool. That's the
Yeah, it
best
was so, so
soundtrack to
cool.
drive to.
It really was. So, yeah.
The first one I had was actually the greatest hits. which
Oh, okay.
had which had a fair amount of songs from each album,
Mm-hmm.
from Mummy's Little Monster to I guess, yeah, White Light White Heat. But after that, Sex Love release. So like between, I guess, 1980s to late 90s stuff. Um,
Okay.
so that was the first thing I owned. Like, and I was also at the same time I was practicing my guitar and the bass,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember just like playing "Don't Drag Me Down" over and you remember the solo?
Sort of, yeah.
That solo, like I practiced like a maniac. Like it was, I practiced over and over again. That um my like last a few months ago, I went home and played DVD. My dad and my brother recognized the song, and I was like, "You used to play this like lunatic." They didn't even
Yeah.
listen to the song before, but they recognized the solo because I practiced so many
Okay.
times
Oh, wow.
that they recognize. Oh yeah, 10 years
Mhm.
ago.
Well, that's good. Can you still play it? Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I think so. If I refresh the memory,
Yeah.
I can definitely play. Like your fingers remember and shit.
Yeah.
How far did you go with the guitar? Like, did you finish your Shangri-Las
Yeah,
covered?
yeah, yeah. Yes, I can. Like, I can play the
Amazing.
Shangri-La. Like, I twisted it around a little bit because I couldn't find like there's no live of it. There's no tutorial. There's no.
I know.
The tab is really basic, so you have to like
True.
kind of make it up as you go. So I have my own little version of it
Oh,
now,
cool.
but I can play. No, it's cool. I really like it. I can play Summer Wine too, partly thanks to you.
Yeah, maybe I
And
give you advice some. I don't know.
yeah, you did. No, it helped actually. It really helped. Um, I can play, like the Cramps song, like a bad girl
Cramps.
should.
I don't know much of the Cramps, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, well, no, it's really cool to play. Like, it's really mostly easy songs, kind of punk, kind of surf or rock. It's
Of
really,
course.
yeah, it's really cool. I like that. So
Ah,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
All right. So I practiced guitar playing socially, and I mean, I guess the Ramones too, but a lot of times social distortion. It's so simple.
hmm
Like I remember you playing bass, but did you have guitar back then?
I did, but it was an acoustic one, and I wasn't
Ah,
really.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So now you're using the cramps and
Mm.
uh what else you mentioned? I don't remember. I'm getting drunk. Oh, the
uh,
Shangri-La
yeah, the Shangri-Las and Summer Wine mostly,
Summer Wine by Nancy Sinatra. That song is really cool.
and Lee Hazelwood. Yes, I love it.
Ooh, man. You have such wide range of music interests. I was like
Yeah.
back then I was just into punk rock and I was like I thought that was just I thought that was the way.
Yeah, well, I used to be really exclusively into like rock and punk and really like nothing after 1990, sort of really
Yeah, I
like
see.
purist, but now, yeah, now I like to expand a lot.
Mm. I think
Mhm.
you introduced me to a bunch of things, but I didn't really get into it. Like Aerosmith, like first time we
Oh,
met,
yeah.
you talked about Guns N' Roses, Aerosmith, and all of those like glam hair metal,
Yeah, like very, yeah,
hard
heavy
rock.
metal, glam rock. Yeah, yeah, I was really into this.
But also Nirvana, like you into Nirvana too, so automatically.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Well,
Ramones.
yeah.
Remember Sharks?
Sharks, yes. I even have a
Sharks.
T-shirt of Sharks.
I do have a T-shirt too.
Yeah, yeah.
Gallows.
Gallows, yeah, of course.
Uh, you remember being into like U.S. bombs as well?
Yes. Well, not that much,
Dream
but I
Theater.
remember you
Oh, really?
introduced me to those, and I would listen to it, like, occasionally, but yeah, I remember them.
Mm. Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, that was the first record I owned. It was the greatest hits of Social D.
Mhm.
I was gonna ask you about your. We're gonna nerd out and gonna get into the realm that most of you, maybe 98% of you, wouldn't understand what we're talking about. But I was gonna ask you, what's the your favorite Mike Ness era.
My favorite Magnus era. Um, like in terms of albums, for example.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like the voice. Well, of course, like
Well,
aesthetic side
yeah,
as
yeah,
well,
yeah.
but writing and mainly like voice and the songwriting aspect.
Okay, well, it's hard to choose because like
Yeah,
there's
I
good
know, I know.
everywhere, but like gun to my head, if I really have to pick one, I guess it would be um like early 90s between Social Distortion self-titled and Somewhere Between Heaven and Hell
Oh yeah, I see.
because I really like it's I really like how grainy this album is, if you know what I mean.
What's that word? Grainy?
Yeah, grainy like I don't know how to explain it, but it's gravelly. Does that make more sense?
Oh, like a greedy.
Yeah.
I mean, we both
Yeah.
not native speakers. We just throwing words, but I think I like a little bit more primitive. You mean, or a bit different?
Mm, yeah, no, maybe not primitive, but more gritty. Yeah, is that the word you
Okay,
said?
yeah,
Yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I really like this one.
That's the era that he started like seriously got getting into this like country blues side of the influence in the band.
Yeah, I guess that's what I like about it because it's like this mix between it's still punk rock, but it's
Hmm.
also yeah, it's also bluesier and it's had this like southern rock kind of sound to it, which I really
Yeah,
like. So
well,
yeah.
like that's the time like that's right after Prison Bound. Like you can hear in
Mhm.
Prison Bound that
Yeah,
he's trying to do the country shit, and
yeah.
then I have the list right here. But 1988 when they released the Prison Bound, and in
Mhm.
1990 they released Social D, and what song do they have? Like So Far Away. Does that have Story of My Life?
Yeah,
Ball and Chain.
it has like Let Be Me, Story of My Life, Ring
Okay.
of Fire,
Mm. Johnny
Sick
Cash.
Boys, Drug Train, you know, all this.
Oh, Sick Boy.
It's a
Yeah.
yeah, it's a really good one. Like all the songs are amazing on this.
Yeah, in Mummy's Little Monster, you can tell it's like just they're trying to do something like you know, punk like cuz it's like from 83 they, like got into
Mhm.
this 77 punk stuff and they started doing this stuff and it wasn't country or anything that like that at all.
No, not at all. No, no, no. It was more like more punk rock, really.
Yeah, they're trying things out like and try to be obnoxious and noisy and loud and
Yeah.
shit.
Mhm.
And then Prison Bound, it was a little bit more melodic and
Yeah.
more acoustic shit. Because if you listen to Prison Bound on with your mic headphone, you can hear on one side it plays electric guitar with distortion on, and the left
Mhm.
side or whatever it has acoustic guitar. Did you know that?
I didn't notice, no.
Yes, that because I remember like I listened to the song by putting one earphone and practice guitar so I can hear, oh, this side only has acoustic and this has side has only
Ah.
electric. So they started doing the acoustic thing in around that era, and the Social D came out. And then after that Heaven and Hell album, oh man, that one really just established that aspect of the band.
I guess so, yeah.
Um,
They like it was kind of a turning point, like where they went from this like experimenting different shit to like settling and like choosing a path really. Yeah, I like
yeah,
it.
like the 1990 Life and what else? King of Fools, Born to Lose,
Yeah. Oh, Born to Lose
great
is my
songs.
favorite one, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so.
I used to play that song acoustic too. Like it's good. And all the song on there you can cover by acoustic guitar. You cannot
Oh yeah?
cover. Yes, you cannot cover Mummy's Little Monster stuff acoustic
Oh
and
no, no,
sound
no, no.
good. Not
No.
much. I mean, I can do like I've done some, but it doesn't sound as good. But you can cover all the songs on Heaven and Hell album, and it sounds exactly like like it sounds good. it's like made for that.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, I know because I've done this and experimented with all the songs. I'm such a nerd, but yeah, they raised me. They they helped me master my guitar and all that
Mhm,
stuff. So I
mhm,
know.
mhm.
So Heaven and Hell. Yeah, I have to say Heaven and Hell is maybe my favorite. Although um I I think the first thing I owned before any other album other than the
Mhm.
greatest hits was the DVD Live in Orange County. Have you had that?
I saw it, I think.
Okay,
I
you
mean, it
saw it.
rings the bell, so I think I saw it, but no, I didn't have the DVD.
I think that's the thing I have. So like to me, Social D was um that era when he started wearing this chab what's that? Like the cap that he wears,
This cap, yeah, this kind of cap, like this
Gabby
flat
hat,
one. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and the Dickies work
Mhm.
pants and all that. That look
Yeah,
was the Social D I knew. So like they already were like later in their career, like around maybe 2009 or something like that. But my favorite album is probably, damn, maybe Heaven and Hell. But I have to
yeah,
mention that the Orange County Live in Orange County DVD was my like Bible of the band. So
yeah. I have
and
a memory of you liking the Live at the Roxy a lot. Is that accurate?
oh, that's the live DVD CD.
Yeah.
Yes, because you can hear like all these like okay, Social D's punk band, but like it's very melodic and it's kind of in the way
Mhm.
pretty soft in
Yeah,
terms of
yeah.
singing.
Mhm.
But that live album really showed he really sings like aggressively. Can you hear that?
Yeah, no, I see what you mean. I mean, to me, Mikenes never sounds really aggressive because it has this really like dragging voice. But yeah, no, I see what you mean.
Like my friend explained described to me, oh, this guy's like more than two friends. This guy sound like he has cold, like he caught
Yeah,
cold in singing.
yeah.
I never thought of it that way. And I was a bit
Yes.
offended.
Mhm. Yeah, no, he sounds a bit like he's tired, like trying but tired, you know?
Yeah, his
But I
and
like it. I mean,
also his nose stuffed.
yes. Yeah.
And Elise used to tell me this guy sounds like his nose is stuffed and he's like singing with I was like no, that's the way she's like, and I don't understand what he's saying, like, well, that's punk rock, but he's easier side of the spectrum that you can understand what actually he's
Exactly.
saying.
Yes, you can understand the lyrics.
You can.
If you pay close attention, you can, yes.
By no means like okay, before this it's like I was surprised how they went in 6 years, Social Distortion self-titled Heaven and Hell, White Light, White Heat, White Trash album, which was released in '96. Like in
Mhm.
60 years, they changed the whole, like they developed this whole like identity. Like
Yes, yeah, yeah. Well, that's what's so good, you know, it's like from one album to the other, it's like a completely different universe, and yet you still find them into it, you know?
yes,
And,
you
yeah,
still have the same element.
yeah, 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 yeah. There's still the same essence, but, like, different surroundings, sort of, like, they try different stuff, and,
Yeah,
yeah, that's the mark of a good artist, I think.
that's so true. And you can hear his age, no, his voice aging,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
like the last album that was released in now 10 years ago actually.
Mhm.
What is this? Hard Times in Nursery Rhymes. That
Yeah.
was, I mean, that one I didn't really dig honestly too much, but you can hear him like his voice like kind of like getting. I'm
Yeah,
not a
you
big
can you
fan of that, but
can you can feel him getting older, definitely.
yeah, you
But
can see in the lyrics too.
yeah, 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 for sure. Yeah, it's not my favorite album, but I like it. Like I remember liking Machine Gun Blues and Diamond in the
Yeah,
Rough, Road
Diamond in the Rough.
Zombie too.
Hmm.
And yeah.
What song do you not particularly from this album, but what song do you have um most attachment to? Cause um yeah,
Um, okay, well, there's Born to Lose, definitely
Born to
one
Lose.
of my
Okay.
favorite. Yeah. Um,
Born to
Story
Lose.
of My Life because it's the first one I heard, but it's not my favorite one. But
Mm-hmm.
it still has a special place in my heart. Let us say, Let
Mm.
It Be Me. Let It Be Me is awesome.
That'll be me. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the
Um,
story? Okay, go ahead.
no, it's just like I'm just thinking of what I like to listen to.
After you mentioned the list of the songs, I want to ask, like,
Yeah.
is there any like story behind what's happening in your life and why that song resonated at the same,
I
in
guess
particular?
in a way it would because I don't know if it happens to you, but sometimes I have this thing where I have a song stuck in my head
Mm,
which lyrics are relating to what I'm living right now.
oh yeah,
You know this feeling? So yeah,
of
I know
course.
that some of the Social Distortion song that were my favorite at
Mm,
the time were my favorite because I could relate to it somehow because it looked like something I was living or feeling. So yeah,
absolutely.
definitely did.
Can you give me some concrete examples, or is there anything you can
Honestly,
remember?
I don't remember. It was so long ago. I can't tell
Ah, okay.
you. It was like teenage stuff, maybe
Oh
about
really?
yeah, yeah. It was just going through life and feeling different shit and just yeah, like finding songs that could understand you somehow. You know?
You like being like teenager and resonated to the song that
Yeah.
40 years old singing. That's amazing. You're an
Well, yeah,
old
but
soul.
well, yeah. I mean, also he's singing about really universal stuff.
Love.
So yeah, it's like broken love and tiredness and like not really finding your place or whatever, which is stuff that you feel
It's
when you're a
true.
teenager, mostly. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I was gonna talk about exact thing because like I was gonna mention the cool thing about this band in particular. Well, they sing a lot of heartbreak songs as well. Like they sing a lot
Yeah.
about love song. But anyway, um, you can relate to their song depends on what place you are in your life. Like for
Mhm.
example, when I started listening, I was working, but I was still like uh kind of like having this feeling when I had in high school that was like, like you said, having no place of your own, like you don't belong anywhere, and just like want to have fun and
Mhm.
you're self-destructive, destructive and shit like that. And
Yeah.
so songs like Mommy's Little Monster
Yeah.
or Telling Them, which is the early stuff, where basically he's saying like, don't listen to anybody else and do whatever the fuck you want and you're gonna be
Yeah.
fine. Like live fast, die young type shit.
Yeah.
So you can relate to that. But then like the other day I was listening to the song from uh White Heat, White Trash album, and I was listening to it. I was wrong, I think. I was wrong.
Mhm.
Um some lines like I wasn't able to be able to relate to the lyrics. Like I didn't know what the fuck you're talking about, or I
Yeah.
thought like that's bullshit. Like what's this?
Well, yeah, it's the kind of stuff that it's great because you can listen to it as a kid or as a teenager and relate to it, on
Mm,
a superficial level sort of, and then you can listen to it again 10 years later and understand it in a different way, and sort of go
yeah,
deeper in what it means to you. So,
exactly.
yeah, that's what I like about the lyrics. They sound really simple at first, but then if you listen
Mm.
to it a lot and enough, you can like find deeper meanings every time.
Yeah, and it's personal too. You can
Yeah,
customize it, like interpret it in your own way.
exactly.
I was gonna mention the exact line I was thinking. Like, oh yeah, I have to sing the whole song to remember the lyrics of this. Um, Basically, he's saying I used to be angry, but it was because I was hiding how afraid I was. And
Mhm.
then instead of dealing with that and make a positive change, I blame everybody else. And instead of, yeah, I blame everything and everybody else. I blamed you instead and made sure I was heard. And then, like I was wrong and all that.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah,
can
yeah.
so much like after like everything that went down this year, I can relate so much. And
Yeah?
so I feel like you always have something to discover from
Yeah,
perspective
yeah,
of that.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, I know like you've been through a lot of um I don't know so much heartbreaks, but like you know, experience with love and romance and all that kind of stuff. Same
Yes.
as me. So
Yeah.
like this band really
Mhm.
like speaks to us.
Yeah. It really does, yeah, especially it's like this past year has been a real roller coaster on that level. And yeah, this type of song is like, you know, I don't know, it sounds a bit therapeutic almost.
Yeah, like when
Yeah.
you like, it's really true. Like people who don't listen to music don't understand, or who like I know some people who just like don't know what's good, what
Mhm.
music is good for. Like they don't really understand. Like, but
Yeah.
if you're into it, like it means so much. Like it becomes the part of. I don't fucking it sounds cheesy.
No, no, go ahead.
I forgot. I'm drunk. I forgot. But yeah, like you listen to a song. Okay, okay. When you're feeling down, you listen to a song that resonate with you
Yeah.
lyrically. Lyrically,
You
my
yeah.
Asian comes out when I, you know, try to speak faster, or when I run into L and R,
Mhm. Yeah.
my Asian comes. Anyway, you can, like if fuck it, whatever. I don't know. I forgot. But music
Okay.
helps you if you're
Yes, it
depressed.
does. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it really
That's
does.
my
It really
point.
does. Especially like, it's what I like is that it's not he's not trying to like be too deep or be too like, be too personal with his lyrics. He's just saying like really he makes everything sound so simple, you know?
Yeah,
And that's why it's easier to be like, yeah, like, sometimes life sucks, but that's just the way it is and it's okay in the end, you know?
yeah. And also when life sucks and you crying, like the good melody, like Social Distortion is
Yeah.
by no means the best band in the world. I don't like recognize him as like the best songwriter. I don't even think he's one of the
No.
best. But his like he, well, his writings like speak to me. Also, his way of okay, the melody in his singing is just something different from the other. But I guess it's the influence from his background, like other than punk rock, like all these country,
Mm,
blues, and everything else.
mhm.
So it was like I don't know how he come up with the melody. It's so simple, but it's I tried to do it. It's hard.
Yeah, it's so simple but so powerful, so
Yeah, it's
precise. Mm-mm.
I don't know how people come up with the bittersweet melody, not the writing,
Yeah.
but melody.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah,
I tried
definitely.
I tried to come up with like melody, and it's the hardest shit I ever done. Like I can write punk song, like hardcore song in like 3 minutes. I have
Mhm.
writings ready, and I have guitar, and I can write it in like 3 minutes. But like if you try to make it sound melodic, it's
It's the
like
hard part, yeah.
you don't write songs though, do you?
No, 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 no. First I have to
Mhm.
learn how to play, and then maybe I can write songs.
Yeah, that's the best thing. It's fun.
Yeah.
Um. Anyway, that's it. I mean, that's Social Distortion to me. But we can go on and on about other bands. But let me go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
You can talk by yourself if you feel like, and I can listen to it later and have some surprise. But you don't have to. I can just cut off,
Okay. Alright.
whichever,
Okay.
whatever.
Okay, I'm undecided. Yeah, so I don't know if you're gonna listen to it, but I just want to say that I'm really happy that we're doing this because yeah, I really like talking to you, man, and the fact that we can nerd out on the same shit is really, really cool. So, yeah, thank you for this.
Did you talk?
Maybe.
I'll listen to it. I have to listen to this to edit the volume and stuff. So
Okay.
that's fun. Um, any other band worth mentioning that shaped your childhood or teenage era or your adulthood?
Oh my God, there would be so many, so many.
Anything that we have in common that you think? Like any band that we have in common that had a big
um,
impact on you?
like in music, I guess mostly no, I guess mostly Social D, definitely.
Really?
Uh, yeah, because I don't think you're into like I know like back in high school, for example, I know my favorite band was Aerosmith for some reason,
Yeah, Aerosmith.
and but I don't think you were much into this.
Uh, yeah, not really, but like when you
Not really,
show me
right?
the DVD, you showed me different type of music. I liked
Mhm.
some songs on it.
Yeah,
What's his name?
yeah,
Steven Tyler.
Steven Tyler,
Steven Tyler.
yeah.
Tell me what's cool about that genre of music. Okay, or Aerosmith, the band.
Aerosmith. Well, I'm not into it as much as I used to be,
Okay.
so but I don't know. I guess what I used to like was like the I don't know. I guess I've always been into kitsch a little bit
Mm.
somehow, and it's really kitsch. It's a really kitsch kind of rock. You know what I mean?
Kitsch.
Kitsch, yes.
Kitsch.
As in, you know what kitsch means? You know what kitsch is?
No, 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 no.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
I'll search it. How do you spell it?
Yes, kitsch. It's I guess KITSCH.
I've never heard of this word. Learning new things every
Really?
day.
No
Uh,
way.
kitsch, art object or design considered to be in poor taste because of excessive garishness or sentiment. Interesting.
You see what I mean? Like how it's kitsch?
Yeah, yeah,
It
absolutely.
really
That's
is, yeah. So that's what I like. Like I've always been into this. So
oh. Do you
yeah,
think
and
Sex Pistols is kitsch?
no, I wouldn't. No,
Really? Okay, I don't know then.
yeah. Sex Pistols is like the good kind of bad music
Okay.
because it's not technical. They're not particularly talented,
No.
but it sounds really raw and authentic, and that's what
Okay.
transpires, and that's what like touches you. But
Mm,
it's not. They're not good musicians, to be honest. I don't think so. Maybe
no.
Johnny Rotten was more into music than the other ones, but still, it's not. It's not like
Mm.
good shit. But yeah, no, I really liked it. But I guess when you're a teenager, that's what you're looking for, something a little dirty, a little raw.
And
So
that's
yeah,
what Aerosmith to you was.
Aerosmith was more evolved to me. I guess it was like the other step after this. But yeah, it was very like this very colorful, very loud, very heavy metal band, and yeah, I was really into it. I couldn't tell you why, honestly. It just resonated time.
Mm.
But
Don't
yeah.
wanna close my eyes. So when you were listening to these type of music, were kids in your school listening to the same thing, or were you like different?
No, not at all. No, 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 no. I mean,
Ah,
I had like a best friend at the time, a girl who was also my neighbor, and so we were like always together 24/7.
I
And
remember
she
her.
used to listen, yeah, Anna, yeah, I talked to you about her. And she used to be in the same type of music as me, so that was really great. We could
Mm.
nerd out together and like listen to it a lot. But no, like the other kids were not into this at all. I don't know what the
Well,
other kids were listening to be honest, but not that. That's all I know.
90s in France, in particular village that you were in, like what the other kids were listening to? I'm curious. Hip hop or something?
Um, I guess so. I know that Eminem was always like a big part of, the
Uh,
spectrum of music people were listening to.
mm,
And I don't know, maybe I guess I know that, whenever you say that you like rock music, people picture you listening to Linkin Park and Green Day,
okay.
and Sum 41 is kind of shit, which I was never into, but I know
Okay.
some people were. Yeah,
Mm,
back in like the early 2010s, that's what people who
mm,
liked rock listened to. The Red
interesting.
Hot Chili Peppers was
Mm,
really big. Nirvana probably.
Nirvana probably.
And yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, I was into Sum 41, and I was into Green Day and all that kind of shit. Like, I'm
All
not
right. Good
ashamed. Like,
judgment.
all my
Okay.
all my punk friends are gonna make fun of me. That's fine. Like, I got into like my beginning was uh I think well technically Red Hot Chili Peppers. Like I saw them on TV and I was like, whoa, cool. And then My Chemical Romance on radio and I was like, whoa, this is cool. And
Oh,
then
yeah?
eventually led me to punk rock, like the Sex Pistols, and then hardcore. But um, kids at school were listening to none of the foreign music, as in like non-Japanese music.
Yeah.
Maybe Eminem, which is interesting.
Mhm.
Wait, what's going on?
Yeah, so because you grew up in Japan, so maybe, like, the taste in music is very, very different. Was Japan really, like, really influenced by America also? Or did you have, like, really local bands that people would listen to a lot?
Uh, Local was in Japanese, yeah, but not
Yes,
like
yeah, I mean, Japanese bands.
yeah, yeah. People like my kids around me were listening to Japanese music. Not
Mhm,
so I was like like I like since I was little, I always liked doing different things.
mhm.
When I was in kindergarten, I had to like use this toilet paper. What was the core of toilet paper? I don't know what that's called.
Yeah, the roll part?
Roll, yeah, roll part to
Yeah,
make some animal with colorful papers. And
yeah.
like other kids made like dogs and cats and shit. But I made a koala to stand out, and I was like, I want to do something different. Like I always did something
Mm,
different. I
mhm.
also was always resonated with dark stuff, like evil stuff, like
Yeah,
antagonists rather than heroes. So I was all different, but at school, nobody was listening to foreign music, so I started listening to all this rock music I thought was edgy at the time, which is n- not remotely hard uh, compared to the music I listen to today. But like,
yeah.
it was super hard at the time. Like Green Day
Well,
was
yeah, you
hard
gotta
for me,
start somewhere. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, yeah, of course it was.
but yeah, nobody was listening. Like, but I remember people talking about Eminem in middle school,
Mhm.
and I was never into it. Like, there's no melody. There was no like. We didn't understand the lyrics. We Japanese kids who don't speak English. Like, we didn't understand what the fuck he was saying. But to me, like rock music was always like organic and had actual like message that spoke to me, not like
Yes.
bitches and whores and money and all that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, 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 yeah. No, I totally agree with you. Yeah.
So in conclusion, people I guess will listen to which we call this J-pop, Japanese pop music.
Yeah. Mhm.
J-pop, and I started listening to all the different things, alternative music.
All right.
But yeah, um, so I guess that was Aerosmith to you in the beginning. That
It's
was
funny
My
because now
Chemical.
yeah,
Go
when I
ahead.
talk about Aerosmith to like English speakers, American people or stuff like this, like to them
Oh.
Aerosmith is just like a strip club music, essentially. Like nobody listens to it, they just hear it in some shady bar or something. So, yeah, that's funny.
Got you. Yeah. I still listen. Okay, like I just recently got into the oldies,
Mhm.
like the Shangri-Las and the Ronettes, even before that era, like 60s, Connie Francis and shit.
Yeah.
Were you always into that?
No, 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 that came later.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I know that Connie Francis, I first heard from a song that was in a movie. Because like a lot of songs and a lot
Movie.
of bands that yeah, that I listened to were like soundtrack of movies that I really liked, and then I just
Mm,
dug it. And yeah, Connie Francis was definitely I think it was by Wong Kar-wai, this Hong Kong movie maker,
really?
and he's really into like old Cuban music and like 50s
Oh,
American music, stuff like this. And I know I got a lot of music from him, from his movies. And I think Connie Francis was from there too.
I see.
Yeah.
Actually, I found out about Connie Francis from the last podcast I did with Lucy
Oh
Ramon.
yeah?
She yeah,
Oh,
she she gave me her Spotify account and I just
yeah.
looked into what's up and she had all these like different playlists that the one that stood out said fucking what- don't break the heart that loves you, which is the actual title of the song
Mm,
that Connie Francis sings. And I was like, oh, what
yeah.
is this? And I was going through heartbreak, so I was like, this is perfect. And I started listening. And I was like, oh, this is so good. And I started
Yeah.
discovering, oh, shout out to Lucy Ramon. She just toured the whole United States of America, the America, the whole thing. She just finished that. So, but anyway, I discovered her from, so it's like
Okay.
last month. It's been
Alright, yeah, yeah, yeah.
pretty fresh.
It is, yeah, it's very different from what you hear today.
Yeah, something about old music. Like I know you and I always like attracted to something like old.
Yes.
Is
Yeah,
that
me
correct to say?
too. Yeah. Well, I listen to a lot of,
Something
like,
about
contemporary music too, to be honest.
mm,
But yeah, it's just some sound that you can find from the past that just don't exist anymore now.
which is
And yeah,
weird
it's
because like people like like base their new stuff from listening to old stuff. So you
yeah.
would think like they have some kind of well they still have some kind of elements from the old stuff, but like
Well, yeah, yeah, but just elements, it doesn't sound the same though.
yeah, it's totally different. It's weird. Like
Mhm,
that's why it was so refreshing to me. Wow, I was like, oh
mhm.
my god, blown away by the song that Connie Francis sang. The first song was like, "Don't break the heart that I love that loves you." I was like, what the fuck? Because I write
Yeah.
songs, I try to come up with melody. I was like, how did somebody possibly do this? I'm not sure if she come up with it, but like like somebody came up with it. I was like so like blown away.
Yeah, I don't know if she wrote her own lyrics or if
I
somebody
think so.
wrote them.
Yeah, especially in like pop. Oh, by the way, like Lady Gaga, like she writes her own lyrics apparently,
Yes, yeah, probably.
but like mainly like I feel like pop musicians don't. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But
No, most pop musicians don't write their own lyrics, like Britney
okay.
Spears and Rihanna and all this, they don't write anything, they just perform.
Ah,
Which is great, like, because you need, like, a lot of
fun.
energy, a lot of talent and everything to perform, to sing and dance. No diss to them, it's a lot of work, but no, they don't write the songs.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, I was gonna I was gonna talk about Lady Gaga, but not because like I'm gonna get in trouble. I'll tell you about this later because it's a bit um whatever. Anyway,
Okay.
perfect way to get into the topic of films.
Mhm.
Like as well as music, like you got into films in early
Yeah,
age, right?
yeah.
What was the okay, what was your favorite movies?
Mm, okay, that's a really hard question. Like, back in the days, you mean, or, like, now?
Sure, back in the days.
Back in the days, well, I know one of my favorite movie when I was in high school, like, around the time we met, I mean, around the
Mm.
time we started talking together was Buffalo 66, definitely.
Oh man.
I watched this a lot. I used to like, um, mm, I don't know, I was always into this kind of, like, American road trip movies, sort of.
Oh, like
Yeah,
what?
so, like, Death Proof by Tarantino.
Oh, I've never
You know this
watched that
one?
one.
Oh,
No.
you must. You have to. It's really good.
Okay.
It's really
I was never in like I'm never into Tarantino, but I'll watch it.
So, yeah. There was
Oh.
this, there was Thelma and Louise. You know this one?
No.
You don't? Come on, man.
I
Uh,
feel like
yeah.
we know all the movies together, but yeah, I'm starting to
No, but
discover.
I know you have, like, really particular taste in movies. I really like you, but you
Mm,
always, like, find stuff that are really original and really unknown and really low, like,
mm,
uncut gems from wherever. I really like your taste.
uh,
Um, but yeah, so that was the kind of movie I was into.
okay.
Yeah,
I can't really, because I've never watched those films. I can't really like imagine the
you can't.
vibe.
Well, imagine just something really sunny, really dusty, really
Mm.
American in the most cliche way possible, and that's it.
Yeah, sick. Alright. Buffalo 66 had a special place in my heart. Cause
Yeah, it
oh,
really is.
what did you like about that movie?
I liked, like to me, I don't know anything about Vincent Gallo personally.
Okay.
I don't know him, but I feel like he sounds like a crazy person to me because
He's
he gets so into what he does. And I don't know, this movie felt really organic, realistic of what he might be as a person, you know?
yeah,
And yeah, I just like this movie so much because I feel the relationship Lila, Christina Ricci's persona, and Vincent Gallo is so I don't know, it's so touchy, because he's so cute in a way. It's horrible. He's a horrible person, but at the same time he's so and I remember this scene where we're at his parents and they're talking about everything about him kid and he's really uncomfortable, having a good time, and she finds him cute and he hates it. And yeah, no, it's really cool. And also this scene in the bowling alley when she's tap dancing
yeah,
out of nowhere on
iconic.
this King Crimson song. It's fucking great. Yeah.
Moonchild, King Crimson.
Yes. Such a good song.
Man, that yeah, I can see that now, but like okay, first of all, I agree with the aesthetic of this movie. It's like
Mhm.
so
It's
colorful, but
really
also
cold
like
and great. No, it's really great. Like it's really you can
gray.
feel the cold almost in this movie.
But you see, it's colorful in a way that you can. His boots, like red boots, stand out.
Mm,
Like the
mm, mm.
color and the
Yes.
strip club scene and all the lights and it's
Yeah.
so organic.
It is. It
But
really is. Yeah, yeah,
like you said, yeah, it's great and like all these. Like, oh, also the music. Like okay, first of all, okay, second of all,
yeah.
second of all, he it's worth mentioning he um directed and
Mhm.
was the main actor and he
Yes. Yeah.
shot he edited and he also plays some of the music.
He does. Yeah, he's a musician too. I didn't know
He's a
until
musician.
yeah,
He's very narcissistic, so I wouldn't want to be his friend. And there's a lot of stories about him, but
yeah.
he's a talented guy. There's no denying that. So that's what I like about. Also, the funny thing about this movie, because like a lot of people, and you said it, very toxic relationship between him and his
Mhm.
father,
Yeah.
and also like how he treats uh what's her name? Laura?
Layla.
Layla is horrible. But at the time I was watching this, I didn't realize any of this. I was like, wow, this guy's cool. Like such a toxic man. I look at it now and I was like, wow, this guy, I can really relate to this guy. And I not to realize that
Really?
I'm relating. Yeah, I was like, wow, I can relate to his emotions. Like, no, to be fair, he's super naive and he's like he pretends to be this tough guy, but like he has
Yeah,
a lot of
but it's
scars
actually
from
really, really
childhood,
childish. Yes, yeah, yeah.
a lot of heartbreaks. So that's what I
Mhm.
like relate to. But like at the same time, I didn't realize how toxic he was to women, how the way he talked. I just thought it was funny, or didn't think of anything. And his father, like I didn't really sense anything. I was like maybe like 19 or something, 18.
Uh-huh.
But so I can see how um I didn't realize that part of him.
Mhm.
until I showed my ex, and she was like, "Wow, this guy is asshole," and I was like, "Really?
Oh, that's
He's
so funny.
cool."
You didn't see it before.
I know I'm a dude who never like had that perspective of women. Like I always
Mm.
had hard time like getting girls, so I didn't. I was always bitter growing up. I was like, I wasn't like
Um,
all the girls are evil, but like I never like was popular, and all the girls kind of like
mhm.
rejected me. So I was bitter all the time, and I was like, so I didn't realize that's the view that people had when they watch this movie. Like, oh, this is toxic dude. Like
Oh, that's
becoming
interesting. Okay.
I know, becoming soft and sweet and opening
Yeah.
up. And I was like, well, like I thought it was he was cool.
Well, yeah, no, I like it's funny because when I first I could obviously relate to the girls part mostly.
Mm.
And even though she's kind of, it's kind of weird for a girl to be into this type of toxic man, I could understand it. Like the want to protect and the want to like love to somebody who didn't get any ever. But yeah, no, this movie is so I don't know, it's so cute. This closing scene when he comes back from the club and didn't kill the guy and they just cuddle on the bed. So fucking cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember crying, not that scene, but I remember crying
Mhm.
watching I was like 18, watching the part where he goes into the bathroom and like started
Yes.
crying like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah, yeah,
can't
yeah,
do
yeah, yeah.
this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I was like crying, and like I remember like showing that to like one of my exes, and uh, expecting her to have the same emotional
Yeah,
reaction, like, but
yeah.
she was like, ugh. I was
Well,
like,
yeah.
what? It's emotional. She's like, no,
It's
he's
so
fine.
emotional. It's so yeah, it cuts really deep. Yeah, I know what you mean.
But yeah, that was the movie that was into, and yeah, we
The
kind of exchange a
yes,
lot of informations in terms of discovering new movies. So,
yeah. Mm.
um, you remember Jim Jarmusch movies?
Oh yeah, Mystery Train.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You introduced me to Mystery Train. I watched
Oh
a lot
yeah.
more. Have you watched more stuff of him?
I have, yeah. I saw Strangers in a Strange Land.
Yeah, Criminal in
Uh
Paradise. Mm.
Strangers Paradise. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, with like
Permanent
the three
Vacation.
Hungarian people stuck in somewhere in America.
Oh,
I think.
the Taxi movie.
Oh no, no, I've been meaning to watch this one with Winona Ryder. Like
Yeah, I
Night
don't
on
know.
Earth, I think it's called. But yeah,
I
I
don't know.
want to
I
see
don't
this
know.
one, but I haven't.
This one's good.
Um,
I
yeah, I have.
remember. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
go ahead.
Dead Man.
Dead Man. Yes, the one with Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp. Yes, that one
Yes,
was
yeah, yeah,
pretty
yeah,
cool
yeah,
too.
yeah. It is.
Lost
It is. It's
Dog,
pretty cool.
Coffee and Cigarette.
Coffee and Cigarette, of course. Yeah, with Iggy Pop and
Iggy Pop.
Tom Waits. Yeah.
What's cool about this guy is nobody knows about this guy, and it's crazy because like his movies stars a lot of musicians like Iggy Pop. Oh
Yeah,
man,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
even Joe Strummer.
Which one?
Uh,
Joe Sommer, really?
Joe Strummer. I'm pretty sure he had Joe Strummer on it. Let me check.
I know. There's Iggy Pop and Tom Waits.
Iggy Pop, fucking Tom Waits. Uh, Joe Strummer, Jim Jarmusch. Okay, he's in Mystery Train. Really?
Missed what? Really?
Yeah. Yep. He's a robber. Apparently, one of the robbers.
Ah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay,
I
let me
didn't
see.
know that either.
I was thinking of a different movie. I'm pretty sure, but whatever. Apparently, Joe Strummer is in Mystery Train. Wow.
Damn it, I didn't notice it.
I gotta rewatch that scene. Also, were you into David Lynch films?
um,
Like Eraserhead?
I watched some, but to be honest, I didn't. like it's weird because on paper it has everything that I would like,
Yeah,
but I don't know. I always felt weird watching those movies. Like
yeah, fair
I
enough.
can't say I didn't like it, but
Mm.
it's not movies I would watch a second time.
I mean, he's one of the directors. It's cool to say, cool to like.
Yeah,
But it's hard to
yeah, because
admit that you
he's like
actually.
yeah, he's like kind of edgy, but in a weird way. So
To me, Tarantino is like that. I never really liked.
Tarantino.
Oh, but I liked Kill Bill,
Mm.
and actually two as well. Kill Bill two, I liked. And other films that he made, but you know what? I think I like his films. It's just like some things that bothers me, like Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction. I hated Pulp Fiction.
Oh yeah, okay.
Mm, but
Well, yeah, I don't know. I feel Tarantino is much more accessible, much more mainstream. You know,
probably.
much more like softer in a way that David Lynch.
Mm, yeah, probably.
But no, I really like
Like
Tarantino. I really like Tarantino. Like Kill Bill is definitely one of my favorite movies. Death Proof is also,
that
and
leads to that leads to the next film I'm gonna mention, Scorpion. This is a Japanese
oh shit,
movie
yes, I want to see
from
this so bad. And I can't find it anywhere. It's so frustrating. For fuck's sake, I can't even find it like streaming. Nothing. Like, I went to this special
really.
DVD store, like with
Mm,
this specialist people who know everything about movies, supposedly, and they don't even know what I'm talking about.
what the fuck?
They don't. They have never heard of this movie.
That's crazy. Well,
But you know
I
what I
didn't
was
know until
thinking?
recently. Mm,
Well, maybe like if I get a VPN, I can watch the Japanese Netflix. Maybe.
that's it. I mean, if you get VPN, you can like find everything free online. But yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
well,
Also,
maybe that's what I'm gonna do. I think this is the simpler option because I can't find it anywhere.
if you have like our Netflix only has the first one.
Like movies, you mean?
Yeah, the
Okay.
Scorpion. Yeah. So those who don't know what we're talking about, this is a movie that was released in 1970s, maybe 72, 73.
Yeah.
It's called it's a series of movies about this female prisoner um, called Matsu. I forgot her name, but people call her Matsu, aka Sasori. Sasori means scorpion.
Mhm.
He's a female prisoner, and yeah, I'm not gonna spoil. So it's a series of movies about her and her revenge. A lot of violence. So I warn you, if you like, uh, some people don't like movies with rape scenes. So I wouldn't recommend if you can't watch movies with rape scenes. But this movie is so fucking cool aesthetically. And like for the longest time, I was never into Japanese movies or music, so I kind of
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know.
recently just discovering new, the whole new um, section of film history that was made in my own country that I actually, think really amazing. This is one of my new favorite ones, so you gotta.
It's really cool. It's so funny that you're into this and I am too because we have no reason to know this.
Know, around the same time. Like,
This is another proof that we're so in sync. You know.
yeah, insane. Many other examples, like when I started reading about Anton LaVey and Satanism.
Mm, mm, mm.
Also, well, a lot of things. Oh, not just movies and music and stuff that we do, but like what's happening in our lives, like in terms of um, life changing events like heartbreak
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
what else? A lot of things. But anyway, going back
Yeah.
to the films, I just recently started getting into Japanese stuff, and I feel like my background is musically um, American stuff, and I don't know, Western stuff. But at the same time,
Yeah.
I'm Japanese, and I feel like unless I include some of my identity from my own country. I don't think I'm like original in a way. Like I want to create. I'm a musician. I write songs and I draw and all that kind of stuff. I feel like I'm kind of like I want to make something original, but I can't do that without um using things that's not original to other artists I look up to,
Well, yeah, of
who
course.
are mainly like
Yeah,
Westerners.
that's always the way
I'm
it goes.
starting
You
to
know, like
kind of
every
myself
artist is
in Japanese
inspired,
stuff as
and
well.
yeah. Well, yeah, everybody is getting influence from somebody else. That's the way it goes.
Yeah. Oh well. How drunk are you?
Mm, pretty drunk. I'm down to half the bottle by myself.
Oh my god. Is that vodka?
It's so good. Yeah, it's the tastiest vodka you can ever find. It's so so good, man.
You want
I
to
wish you could
introduce the
have it with
vodka
me.
to the listeners?
It is okay. So it is Zielona Marka, which means the green mark, and you really want to take the barley one. Is the best. If you find it anywhere, buy it. You will not regret it.
Where's it from?
Russia,
Of course.
of course.
Russians.
Yeah.
Do you drink vodka or other things? Like what hard liquors do you usually use?
Um, I like whiskey.
Whiskey, okay.
Yeah. I like rum, brown rum only, mixed in like cocktails and stuff. I like Jägermeister. That's a really frat boy kind of alcohol, I feel. But it's really good, especially when you're sick.
Yeah, when you're sick.
Yeah, because like it's lots of plants and it's really strong alcohol, so it's really soothing for the throat.
Mm, okay.
And it tastes good, yeah.
I see. I just recently started drinking again, so but usually drink. You know what? I don't enjoy drinking alcohol, but I enjoy process of getting drunk. So I usually
Yeah.
put just inject. Okay. I don't inject, but like I put that in me, and I don't really mind the taste. So I usually shot vodka and shoot vodka, and then
Do you mix it with something or do you just drink it
no,
pure?
just like shots. Are you mixing something with it?
No. I mean, not this one.
Mm,
Vodka is really good with ginger, though.
ginger. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. I
ginger
might try
juice. That's
that.
really that's a really good mix. But no, this.
Okay.
But when you have good vodka, you can drink it pure and it's water.
Really? Okay, I don't know. Because
I
I
mean,
don't
it's gonna be
enjoy
hotter than
drinking.
water, but yeah.
Of course. Right on. Any
Yeah.
other films that you watched okay. Here's a better question. Any movie that shaped you can say shaped your uh person sh- shaped the person who you are today that had big influence on you.
Um, maybe that had a. That's a really hard question. Like I've watched.
Sorry, you keep cutting off.
Sorry, can you hear me? This.
Yeah, I
I
can
mean,
hear
can
you.
you hear me now? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, like a one movie that really shaped me was it's called Bitter Rice. It's an Italian movie
Oh.
and it's about well, it's basically like this basic plot of like a really hot guy who's into those two girls and he's dating them both and then he ends up losing one of them at one time and the other out of sadness. And it's an old movie from the
90 what?
1950s or like
50s.
early
Okay.
60s or something, and it's back in the days where cinema was theatrical, kind of a bit much in every way.
All right.
you
You
know?
keep cutting. You keep cutting. I couldn't hear the last part.
Oh,
Did you
shit, I
change
don't know what
something?
happened. No, I didn't touch anything. Can you
Okay,
hear
okay.
me?
Sorry. Yes.
Okay.
Could you repeat that again?
Yes, so I was saying that it was back when the Italian movies were really theatrical.
Mm. Okay.
You know, like a bit. It's everything is a bit much. Everything is a bit over the top, overly played, overly acted. You know,
Sure. I don't
and
know.
well, yeah, it's kind of linked to the kitsch thing I was talking about earlier.
Mm.
You know, it's a bit too much in every, and I like this. It's the first movie I remember watching, and it's the one that really opened me to cinema in a way.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. You also into Italian films like giallo movies.
Mm.
Those
Yeah,
are really
yeah,
cool. What's a movie that you talked about? The holy grail of this genre.
the holy
That's
grail of this genre.
starts from
Um,
S. They did the
Suspiria.
remake. Yeah, Suspiria. Yeah, that's it.
Yes, yes, it is. It is definitely the holy grail. Yes,
I
it's
watched the
great.
original
What
one.
you did? Did you like it?
Yeah, I don't. I like the aesthetic, but I don't. I think he annoyed me like how over over the top it is, and also like was like a lot of um repetitive images that. But I mean, aesthetically, I loved it so much.
Well, it's funny because my sister watched it recently too, and texted me afterwards because I had talked her up to it, and she was like, "Oh my god, bad movie, bad, it's so poorly acted, and everything sounds so fake, and everything unrealistic." I was like, "Yeah, that's the point."
That's the
It's really,
point, apparently.
yeah, it's really grotesque, and it's completely over the top in every way. But I
Okay,
don't know,
okay.
that speaks to me. Yeah, I like it.
Very, very, very organic.
Yes. Yeah.
That seems to be the mutual themes that I'm into when I'm in terms of watching movies. I like
Hmm.
organic stuff. I don't really. I'm not a big fan of CGI.
No, me neither.
I mean, when it's done right, it's fine, but like still,
No, but
it
like
kind of.
CGI is an awesome tool. You know, if you can use it and it serves the point of the movie, then yeah, go for it. Because you know, like you couldn't have done like Star Wars or Jurassic Park without CGI, and those are good movies. Like I'm not really, it's not really my favorite, but like I get how it's groundbreaking. But when it's only CGI for the sake of CGI, it's kind of it falls flat. I think like all of this Marvel movie superhero shit when and it looks like the actors themselves what they're into because there's no actual decor, there's no actual. I don't know. It doesn't really. You don't feel anything from this.
No, I was never into that either.
Yeah.
But I yeah, I don't see the appeal. I don't understand. But fair enough. You know, you still keep cutting yourself. Is that Do you have like microphone in your headphone?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I didn't touch anything. It's weird.
Right. Okay. It's on, but that's fine. Um, it's not cutting everything. So,
Okay.
um, what the fuck I was going to talk about lately? Movies. Yeah. I think I don't know the movie that like I asked you the question, but like I don't know if I can answer the same question. Like what movie
Mm.
shaped me?
It's a really hard question. So yeah.
Yeah, still can't think. Recently, trying to discover old Japanese movies from like 60s. I like colored movies, but all the like movies like 50s, 40s, 30s, they have like my favorite movie is a period is Freaks from 1932, which was done black and white. Have you watched that one?
1932? No.
Really? It's
No.
surprising I never talked about it. Um, Actually, I watched this for the first time maybe 2 years ago.
Okay.
it was banned in the UK at the time because it was considered to be like the exploitation of people who who are with disability and this deformity, this deformity. I don't know the word.
Mhm. Yeah, no, I see what you
Basically, yeah, basically about people who are in this circus, the freak show.
yeah.
But and it's considered like it's always like categorized as like the horror movie. But to me, yeah, it is like. But to me, it's more like drama and love story, and it's actually a revenge film.
Mm-hmm.
So if you ever felt alone or like never you felt like you don't belong anywhere, lonely, or your heart got broken, you
Yeah.
can relate to this film to the deepest uh level.
Okay.
um so even though the actors and the main point of not main point, I guess the imagery of this film is all about like all focused on this like freak show and disfigured
Mm-hmm.
people and deformed people. It's not about that. It's about being different and all about that. So I'm pretty sure you like it. It's also a pretty short film. It's like 1 hour, exactly
Okay.
like 59 minutes or something. So
Okay.
I recommend everybody who's listening to this to watch it, but I
Yeah.
don't know, you might not like it. That's
Well,
my
sounds
thing.
like something I would like. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny how they talk back in those days.
Yeah.
They talk differently. Um, I was gonna ask you about the French cult, because
Oh yes. Yeah.
oh
Yeah. Yeah.
yes, that's something you
Okay.
can talk about.
Yeah. Sure. I just have to take a small bathroom break. I'll be right.
You know what?
Is that
Same.
fine? Okay. Okay. See you in 2 minutes. What were you doing? Some
What
organizing?
what a disaster that was. I
What happened?
no, just my um pancakes just fell. Like, is this like I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna stop drinking because this is enough. Anyway, please tell me all about it. The French cult.
Okay, all about it. Well, it's a very vast angle. Back.
Okay, wait. You can still keep cutting yourself.
Oh no, I don't understand why. Can you hear me
Maybe,
better now?
yeah, but it's when you start talking like for long period of time. Maybe you can
Okay,
put me on speaker and you can talk to the computer.
okay, let's try
Let's
this.
try that. And I try not to talk too much.
Okay. Mm, is it better like this?
I think so,
I
yeah.
think so. Yeah. Okay, so if I talk for a longer time, you can still hear me fine. It's not coming out.
Yeah, for now.
It feels like there's a bit of a delay. Is it?
You know what? I can still hear you cutting out. Okay, could you keep talking?
Yes,
Please?
sure. Do you want me to start to try to start it again and then come back?
Oh, the recording?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, I guess we can do that. We can try that. Okay.
I don't know
Let
if you
me
could gonna like because I don't mind keeping going, but if you
No, I think it's a good idea. I didn't consider it. So let's try that. Let me end the recording.
okay, all right,
All right, we're back.
all right,
Um, so about French cult, I'm gonna
yeah,
ask specific questions.
all right.
Because since even though we know each other for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
I guess it was like the last month or something that I heard about this, that your parents, when you were growing up, your parents were in some kind of cult. Is that correct?
Actually, they were in the cult before I was born.
Before you were born, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then they left, and then they had me.
Interesting. Okay. So
Yeah.
what's first of all, what's the cult called? Do you know that?
I do, but I would rather not say any
Mention,
specific name. Is that okay?
of course.
Because like I didn't ask anybody if it was okay to talk about this, and it's not my experience. You know, like, it's not something that I lived through personally. It's just I just know it from
Yeah,
my parents' experience. So you know, I'm
you
just
can.
not gonna say any specific names or anything.
That's good. You
That's
can
cool.
tell
Yeah.
me later
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah. I will.
Although I think I searched it and it didn't show up. So,
You did? Okay.
but anyway,
Hmm.
so how, like, you just about this from your parents.
Yeah.
What went on in the cult as your parents told you?
Okay. So the way it was is that the thing is that for the time that it was being in, which was the early 80s, I guess, it was really, really weird, sort of. But nowadays it would sound completely normal because it was just a bunch of people who were into, you know, sort of spiritual elevation and meditation and taking care of your mind as much as you would of your body. And for that, they wouldn't take any drugs, they wouldn't smoke, they wouldn't drink, they wouldn't
Oh,
eat meat. You know, they were vegetarians and stuff, practicing yoga, which sounds really normal nowadays. But back in the days, especially in France, just the fact that they wouldn't eat meat was enough to categorize them as freaks.
okay.
Yeah. So that was the basic part. But yeah, like I guess basically what was happening on a daily basis is that they would talk a lot about, you know, about life and about what it meant to them and about their own perception of reality.
Mm,
And they would also, since they weren't, I mean, at the beginning they weren't really, they were living in like abandoned buildings in Paris.
you are? Okay.
Yes, so they didn't have rent to pay or anything, but they would still need money to pay for food or stuff like this. So they would throw shows like theater or dance. My mom was a dancer back then.
Oh, wow,
And
cool.
yeah, 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 there would be stuff like this. So they would raise some money so they could pay for like, I don't know, electricity or food or stuff like this.
Mm,
And yeah, but then people started to notice
mm.
this huge group of young people living together, and they would start being bothered because it was it looked bad back in the days because it was a bunch of young people not working, not being married, and yet living together, boys and girls, and they were practicing yoga and stuff like this, and people thought that the yoga was pretty much sorcery at the time.
Mm,
So they were really being bothered. So they moved to Tahiti, which is
Tahiti.
yeah, which is technically France because it's like a French colony or whatever.
Mm,
And yeah, and this guy, this the leader of the group,
right.
was is a really like really eccentric guy and really like
Mm,
really really rich. So he paid for like everybody's tickets who couldn't afford it.
mhm.
And then they moved out, and they moved here, and they started building like a tighter group, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Um, it's important to clarify what cult is and what it defines and what differentiates that from religions.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
by definition, cult. I'm looking up. A cult is a group or movement held together by a shared commitment to a charismatic leader or
Yeah.
ideology.
Hmm.
It has a belief system that has the answer to all of life's questions and offers special solution to be gained only by following the leader's rules. That's important. Only
It is,
following by.
yeah. Well,
Do you think that?
in that
Yeah.
sense, it wasn't really a cult then because
Okay.
there was a leader in the sense that there was somebody who instigated the whole thing, somebody who created the group and who was kind of,
Mm,
you know, like the main head of the thing. But the main part of it is that this guy wanted to make this group in order for people to think for themselves mostly. That was the point, you know. It was like
okay.
emancipate people from this very social life that they would have. They where you have your family and your job and you get a house with a husband and dogs and a car and kids and then you just, you know, live your life like this. And the point was to live something
Mm,
different from this. And
okay.
yeah, that was the main part.
Do you
And
know? Mm,
yeah, yeah.
do you know what's original about this? Um, Now I don't know if I can call this a cult, but this community
Hmm.
that differentiates from the other cults or other communities that's similar to this.
I guess that the main difference was that there wasn't any specific set of beliefs.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like mostly people were free to like come and go as they want. Some people were like
Ah.
permanent members living
Mm.
on site, and
Yeah.
some people would just, you know, have their own life living outside of it and coming maybe once or twice a week for like meetings or discussions on particular topics.
Right.
And yeah, that's why it's kind of a it's not really a cult in the sense that you would imagine something really close where people can't leave and they have to adhere to a
Yeah.
particular set of mind. Because like when you say cult or sect, it's really like, you know, you imagine like orgies and like, you know, like mass suicide and stuff like this, and it was
Exploitation.
yeah, and like people getting brainwashed and being, you know,
Absolutely.
being raped off for all their money. It wasn't like this. It wasn't like this.
Okay.
Yeah, which
So
I guess a better word for it is a community or a group.
it was like so there wasn't any stories involving them that caused any kind of like harmful events.
Well, there was in a way because
Ooh, okay.
like I don't know any details of it because again, I wasn't in it personally, but like
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and the thing is I have to say also is that my mother,
Uh,
which is the person I have the most information from, is a really 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 open-minded person
right.
and she lived through all of this really easily sort of like she took the bad and the good just
Mm.
kind of in the same way. Like to her, it was all part of the experiment. But lots of the people who was in this group, who were in this group, had not such a fond memory of it. A bit,
Really?
they felt
Okay.
a bit used or a bit manipulated in some way. Um, so yeah, there was definitely some shady stuff happening. But from my mother's perspective, it was all part of the thing. You know, it's just
It is what it is.
yeah. Yeah, the way she
Do you,
puts it is that, yeah, there was some bad stuff that happened, but she would have rather lived through that rather than just having like this boring routine of the same job and the same life every day that you may have had, you know.
are you able to like tell what specific events that happened
Yeah.
or is it
Okay, like
okay?
for example, yeah, for example, among the women,
Mm.
there was like a tighter group around the leader,
Uh,
like the favorites, if you want.
yeah.
And
I see where this is going.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like the favorite women were like a tighter group around the leader, and they were meant to feel like they were part of the inner circle, like they were more important than the other members in some way.
Right.
And yeah, and like some women who were into that inner circle really felt like they really believed that they were something special,
Okay.
and then they realized that they weren't, and that
But
was
mm,
sort of hard for them to agree to. I don't know if that makes sense at all.
special as in like special to this leader, or you mean like
Yeah.
special human beings?
Both actually,
Oh, both.
because like
Okay.
yeah, like special to this leader because he was somehow, above the other people, above the average level of humanity somehow.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, and
I
they felt like
see.
special, elite kind of humanity people, and then
Right.
they had to face the reality that no, they're not, and it was hard on them.
Okay.
So yeah.
But there wasn't like any event that made news headline, like somebody murdered or whatever like that.
Oh, no, 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 no. I mean, I guess
Oh, okay.
there was some shady
Mm,
stuff happening, which I don't know everything about.
okay.
Um, but yeah, no. No mass suicide, no murder, no
It's
no
not like
those
Manson, Charles
no,
Manson
no,
shit or
definitely not.
Jonestown.
No, 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 no. Nothing like this.
Okay. Well, it's interesting to hear because like we have some cults. Well, Japanese people nowadays are really careful and
Mhm.
cautious
Yeah,
about this kind of things. Cause in 90s we had, I don't know if you know, but this what's the word? I forgot. But there was this cult, like legit cult
yeah,
called in Japanese Om Shinrikyo.
yeah.
Om.
Oh, is it the one with the, that you talked to me about the other day?
Probably I talked to you about it. Yeah. Oh, let's see how they call that in English.
Is it the one with, Satoshi Saikusa? No?
No, oh no, I don't know what that is.
Okay. Alright, never mind then.
Basically, what does it say? English translation. Hmm. Om Shinrikyo. Well, that's in Japanese. But
Mhm,
basically, it's a cult, and there was this guy who recruited a lot of people, including adults.
mhm,
I'm not sure teenagers, mainly adults actually, and it started as like this, community based shit, but then it got to the point where um some of the core members, not him, like not the leader, it's
yeah.
always the members who does the actual, dirty work.
Oh, yeah.
Uh, yeah, some of the top members, they went into subway stations on the train, actually, on the
Mhm,
train,
mhm.
and then uh, they released this chemical thing that has tremendous harm over human body.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah, you never heard of this?
And I think you told me about something like this,
Mm.
because it sounds
So
like a lot like the Manson family would do.
yes,
Mhm,
so this is called. Okay, here we go. Shinrikyo Om is a belief system that draws upon Asahara Shoko. Asahara Shoko is the guy's name.
mhm.
He's oh, interesting. He's idiosyncratic. I don't know what that is.
Mm.
Idiosyncratic interpretation of elements of early Indian Buddhism, Tibetan Buddhism. But anyway, like these guys really like murdered a lot of people using the
Oh,
chemicals.
yeah. Okay, okay. Mhm,
Since then, Tokyo subways, yeah, sarin. The chemical is called sarin, and it's known
mm,
as like the sarin attack. Tokyo subway sarin attack. And since this, people were super cautious about cult.
yeah, of course.
Any kind of religions that's other than honestly Buddhism or
Yeah, like the main ones.
Shintoism.
Yeah.
In Japan. Even like Christianity, we are people are very cautious about that. So um yeah, I mean Christianity to us and people in general in Japan is very foreign concept. And
Oh,
even
okay.
nowadays it's not really nah, I wouldn't say accepted, but like we look at it as like like it's
Yeah, it's a bit like
eerie,
out of
creepy
the
shit.
box kind of stuff. Yeah.
Absolutely. And
Okay, that's funny.
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of good things that Christianity brings to people if you have no guidance in life, and
I don't
like
know.
if
I don't think so, but yeah, maybe.
the sense of rule, like makes you a better person. Like that's fair if you follow
Mhm.
that. But I I personally don't really resonate with the belief, and also therefore I think it's a good thing that we don't really have this like religious um problems in Japan that
Mhm.
let's say the United States have, or the other
Yeah,
Western
definitely.
countries,
Yeah.
or any other countries in
Mhm.
anyway in
Mhm.
general. So that's what I partially liked about Japan is that even though it's a collectivist, super collectivist um country where people really just behave in a way that not like Western countries, like like people behave and act
Mhm.
very similar to each other. And we have this saying of the nails that stick out get hammered or something like that. If you stand out, you know that?
Yeah, I see.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a common saying. Like if you stand out, you get pushed down. So
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay, get back to the cult. I'm drunk. Oh, what a disaster this is again.
Me too, me too.
You don't sound drunk at all. But yeah, I mean, this topic is very like fascinating though. How
It
people
really
can get
is.
into
Yeah.
cults.
Well, yeah, because like everybody has their own very, very personal reasons to get into cults, and
Mm.
I feel like if you haven't felt this, I mean, if I'm speaking from my mother point of view,
Mm-hmm.
like I know the
Yes.
reason why she joined the cult is because she just wanted something else than what was offered to her. Like she was
Right.
never into this, like go to school, go to university, get a career,
Mm.
and get a family life and a house kind of life. She wasn't into this at all, ever. And she just wanted to live whatever else was possible. She just wanted
Sounds like.
to, yeah,
Mm.
like the main point of this cult or group was to experiment as much as the human spectrum can offer you, in good and
Mm.
in bad, like all the positive emotions, all the negative ones, just like experiment the full spectrum of what human life on earth can offer you. That was the point. I don't know if they managed to actually do it, but that was the point.
Mm. I mean, as
And
long as she wasn't hurt or anything like that, it's cool.
no, no, but like I feel like if you live with 100% with 100 other people,
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely bound to, it's not going to be peaches and cream every day, for sure.
No. It sounds like you had an awesome parents growing up. Was your dad like that too, or?
Yeah, I mean, I never, I was never very close to my dad, so
Right.
I don't know that much about his own experience. But yeah, my mom point of
Mm.
view is that, yeah, she was really into something different, whatever, however bad, however good. She just wanted something different than what was normal.
It sounds so much like yourself.
Well, yeah, well, I grew up like this, so
That's
yeah.
interesting because I guess like to me, it's different. You know what? My parents are pretty open-minded too. Like they named me Tsubasa because they wanted me to. Well, Tsubasa, by the way, means wings. They wanted
Yeah, I
me
know.
to. They literally wanted me to go abroad and like, like fly away. Literally,
Yeah.
that's
Hmm.
why they made me this. And I was exposed to a lot of foreign, especially Western um, art and music and
Yeah.
even movies growing up. S-
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was I guess that shapes who I am today, but at the same time I feel like if you have strict parents who typically typical Asian parents like, oh, go to school, get married, get grade 10 or whatever,
Hmm.
um it can um set it off. Like you might feel too pressured to the point that you want to uh rebel, what's up? Like
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
against the establishment and all that kind of stuff. But
Hmm.
but I don't know. Like I guess partially I had open mind parents that contributes to the fact that I became so open and flexible to the idea of accepting cultures outside
Hmm.
Japan or my own community.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, yeah. I guess your parents and mine are alike in that somehow.
Probably,
That
yeah.
yeah, they like first of all, I grew up since a very early age with the idea that like traveling was like a very, very, very important thing, if not the most
Oh,
important thing you can do with your life.
awesome.
And yeah, like they were just really, really open and they were just not the kind of person that would tell you to stay in one place and just,
I
go with
can
your life. And yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's better than everything else because I know that some people live in the same place their whole life and they really like it and it's good for them.
mm, good for
But
you.
yeah, like that's just not the way I was educated.
That's cool.
Mhm.
One thing I admire, excuse me,
Yeah.
admire you, the element that I admire you about is that you just go for things and try new things out. Like I remember you going to like, uh, I mean, you are an European. It's easy to to access
Yeah,
all the other countries.
it is, yeah.
I'm jealous. But I
Yeah, it's
mean,
very cool.
including Canada and outside of Europe, like you've been to a lot
Yeah.
of places and you tried out new things that resonate with you. For example,
Mhm.
um, the woodwork shit.
Mm. Oh yeah,
What did you
definitely.
do with it?
Mm. Well, woodworking was just always something that I was attracted to because
Mm,
I don't know. I guess my dad liked to build stuff and make stuff.
mm,
Maybe that's why I was drawn to it at first. But yeah, it's just I really like doing things, in a very concrete way, like doing things with your hands and making stuff that are actual objects in a way.
mm.
I don't know if maybe it sounds dumb, but like yeah, just making something with your own hands is really a feeling that you don't get that much in today's life, where like most jobs are done on the computer or you working in some sales department or something and you don't know exactly what you're working for or what you're doing. And
Mm,
when you're making objects, when you're working with actual material, it gives a lot of sense to what you're doing and to your job. And that's part of what I liked so much about it. And yeah, and also the fact that I was in Canada, it was far away, it was on a remote
mm.
little island stuck in the 70s. So yeah, I really like that too.
Oh, he's on an island? I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah, it was. Very small island in the Pacific. So great.
Pacific. Is it close to Toronto or totally different?
No, 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 because Toronto is very much east, and that was all the way to the west.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, like
Did you?
actually,
Mhm.
the island I was on was like a half hour away from Seattle by boat.
It's like
So
using
all the
BC.
way, yeah, all the way the other way.
Sick.
Hmm.
I still haven't gone to BC, Vancouver, and all that. So I should.
Yeah, you definitely
Ah,
should. Yeah. Well, Vancouver isn't that great of a town, but the
you think
islands
so?
around definitely, yeah, it's a must see. Like I'm sure you would love it.
I remember I was asked by my agency when I was going to Canada
Yeah.
with working holiday visa,
Hmm.
and he was like, "Oh, like which city would you like? We have branches on both cities, Toronto or Vancouver." Then I didn't know what's the difference, and they said Vancouver have has warmer weather, which I like,
Hmm.
and all that, but there's a big uh large amount of Asian people, including Japanese. I was like, okay, I'll choose Toronto.
Well, honestly, like between Vancouver and Toronto, Toronto is definitely better. It's
I'm glad I
definitely
chose
better.
Toronto.
Yeah. You choose good because Vancouver is not that much city, and
Really?
it might be warmer, but it's also a lot rainier. Like it rains
Ah,
very, very gray. So yeah, no, Toronto is like. Plus, you wouldn't find like a bovine sex club in Vancouver. You know?
yeah, probably not. I
Yeah,
mean,
Vancouver has this very Californian vibe, except
really?
it's rainy and cold all the time. So no, Toronto was the better choice.
Yeah, for me particularly, it was like
Yeah,
because like everything's happening, like music, even like they film movies over there all the time that's
in
supposed
Toronto.
to be yeah supposed to be in New York, but I think
Oh,
The
okay.
Godfather. Okay, I can't really confirm. I think, but a lot of famous movies that were based in New York, the
Uh-huh.
story
Mhm.
was partially filmed in Toronto because
Oh,
they
okay.
look so much alike.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I think I heard something like this. Yeah.
Also, I think
What?
The Godfather as well, like partially
Really?
was
Okay,
filmed in
alright.
Toronto. Maybe I might be wrong. Taxi Driver, maybe.
I don't
Mm.
know. I really don't know.
Mm. But yeah, you go for a lot of things, and I really admire because I procrastinate a lot. Even though it might seem that I'm doing all the things I want all the
Well,
time.
you do a lot because you are really good at drawing, you're really good at guitar playing, and you're doing
Mm.
your job at, like, this castle, which is
That's
which is not
crazy.
something I would have pegged you for, but you really like it, and you seem to be doing it right, so, yeah. Plus, you're really into, like, foreign cultures, and you have all those foreign friends,
Yeah.
so, yeah, you really go for it too.
I also tattooed and did a lot of job that's different, like mascot job. Mascot job, if you don't
Oh,
know
yeah,
me well.
definitely.
I used to wear a costume of this fairy mascot and used to dance in front of the kids and teach people how to dance and shit, if you don't know.
Yeah. I still have this Minamo, like, plushie
Yeah.
thing that you sent me.
Oh, no way.
I do, I love it.
I sent that okay, not plushie, it's a special one, but, like, I sent Minamo stuff to a bunch of people, so,
Mhm.
in somewhere in the United States, a car driving by you has the Minamo sticker that
Yeah,
says, like, 2012 Gifu Sport Festival.
so specific.
Yes. Also, if you live in downtown Toronto, I'm not sure this is, like, fucking, 7, 8 years ago,
Mhm.
but if you go to the Bovine Sex Club, at the bathroom door, you can see, um, the sticker of Minamo. That's mine. I put it there. Has nothing to do with the band or whatever. You know what? I think it's buried beneath the countless number of,
Probably,
band stickers. It's just
probably,
like
yeah.
Probably the door is not that thick, but this those all the stickers over 10
All the stickers,
whatever
yeah,
years.
it's probably been covered since, 2012.
Did you go to the sex club?
I
The
did.
Bovine sex. Oh,
Yes.
you
Yeah, yeah,
did?
yeah. I did,
Oh,
yeah. I did go there, like, a couple of times, but also I would go by it every day because my school was, like, right next to it.
wait, you went to school in Toronto? I forgot about it.
Yes. Yeah, 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 yeah. Like, English school, and, it was
Oh,
right by
wow.
it. Yeah.
I totally forgot about this. So
Yeah,
after we met in Toronto, you left and you came back?
I did because I love Toronto so much. I was like, such a
Oh,
great
fuck.
city, such a great country. Like, it's great. I have to live here for a while, and so yeah, I flew, and I needed to make a semester abroad anyway for my English studies. So I figured,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Toronto is like a good place, and yeah, my school was really, really just yeah, like 2 minutes away from the Bovine Sex Club.
On the Queen Street West. Wow, that's crazy.
It was, yeah, it really was.
Oh man, like okay. I remember now I remember about the song I wrote about you, which is kind of cringeworthy if I look at it now.
It's not. No, I love this song. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Oh,
haven't
really?
I haven't heard from it in a while, but I have it on my app somewhere. Yeah, you sent it
At
for
the
me for my birthday or something.
Oh my god. Okay. Like
No,
okay,
it's
okay,
so
okay.
cool. It's so cool. I love
Here's
it.
this. Yeah, did you like obviously you liked it, but
I think it was like sort of a remix of Sheena is a punk rocker, if I'm correct.
not really, but I took all the elements from the Ramones stuff,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
when I performed live, I would say, "Hey ho, let's go." You can see that in the live footage also.
Mhm.
But yeah, you're right in the way that it was like the Ramones stuff,
The Ramon vibe, yeah, definitely.
Ramones vibe, but a little
Mhm.
heavier.
Well, yeah.
At the time, I was into this band called Dirty Bird from Toronto, and they are like, they call themselves drunkest hardcore band from Canada. But they do really have the heavy sound. So I was trying to like the mix the heavy sound of hardcore and Ramon's shit. It
Alright.
worked well.
Mhm. Yeah, I think so.
But anyway, I was like my songwriting has developed so much that when I look at the song right now, it's just it's first of all, it's so cheesy, and second of all, it never rhymes.
Yeah, but it's really, it's really like this raw shit. This really, it is very teenage angst kind of song.
Absolutely.
But yeah, but that's the charm of it.
So when I was writing that song, like I was thinking, does she actually feel this way? Because I was guessing how you feel and
Mhm.
how I see yourself
Yeah.
as a person. But like, did you feel connected? Like, oh, I feel this way or whatever.
Oh, definitely. Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay,
absolutely. Yeah, of course.
good to know.
Yeah. I don't remember the lyrics exactly, but yeah, I
Mm,
remember.
mm, mm, mm.
Yeah. I guess we were already
Oh,
really in sync back then.
oh yeah, absolutely.
So yeah. No, I remember liking it a lot.
That one funny thing about my songwriting is that like when I started the band Captain Decapitated, I wrote all the songs, but like I didn't know about rhyming at all. Because I never did. I just kind of imitated my like heroes like writing
Yeah.
songs and shit like
Uh-huh.
that. But I just like was fucking around with what I knew, and I was writing songs like like fuck society or whatever like
Yeah.
the shit you can write about. But um my new drummer Dax, shout out to Dax. He's a great drummer, and he one time I remember him like mentioning, "Man, I love your songs," and I was like, "Thanks." And he goes, "Yeah, it's so refreshing because like your songs never rhyme." And I was like, "What does that mean?" And he's like, like rhyming."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What is that?" and I didn't really think about. I didn't know
You
people
didn't
did
know?
that.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, that's so funny.
I didn't know
You
how
never
people did.
noticed?
I didn't know people
You
did
never know
that. You know.
people.
So s- after that, I was like, wow, okay, I can do that, and my writing improved. But that's a moment I realized that there's this thing called rhyming,
Hmm.
and I think Japanese music do that too, but it's exactly not the same. So
Oh, that's
by the
interesting.
way, the song, you know what? I might I might play the song on this podcast because I own the song. Who knows?
Yeah, go ahead.
I might end up not, but
If you edit
yeah,
it out, it's okay.
who knows?
Hmm.
It sounds fun.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know. Anything that we can talk about? I'm getting
Um.
drunk. Dude.
Yeah, me too. Like it's a bit better because I've been drinking water, but still a bit.
I
I'm
feel like
still a
we
bit drunk.
covered a lot of things.
I guess so. Yeah, because we covered music, we covered cult, we covered like our history,
Our
and
history. So.
yeah.
Hope you can. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up soon, but hope you can come to Japan next year or whenever the country opens up.
Well, I really want to, because like I don't want to brag, but I have some money now, so maybe I can afford a trip to Japan. And
Some money.
yeah, like the next time I travel anywhere is gonna be Japan for sure. So yeah, like
Oh,
sometime in the next year or 2022 at the latest. But yeah, definitely soon I'm gonna go there.
wow, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
Um, okay, before I end it, I gotta give a shout out to people.
Hmm.
Yuki and Jake Shades, who actually from the band Cacti Lights that I used to play Captain Decapitated with. Like we used to play free shows and they play with us, and I didn't know this, but they've been listening to this podcast all along, and Yuki
Oh,
mentioned
that's
like,
cool.
"Oh, yeah, okay, this is a couple, married couple, and I used to know in Gifu, and apparently
Hmm.
they've been listening to this, so I really love that. And if you're listening, thank you so much. And check the everybody who's listening to this, check the band Cacti Lights on Instagram. What's that? I think it's like Yuki started Instagram account called Cacti Mansion.
Hmm.
Cacti Mansion. Yeah. What it shows a bunch of okay, it's not really about their music. Maybe it's like a personal account. I don't fucking know. They have a YouTube channel. Um and check out their music. They I remember them calling themselves as like forgot cowboy psychedelic or some shit.
Oh, nice.
I don't know,
I'm gonna check
it
it
sounds
out.
cool. You might
What's the
like
name
it.
again?
Cacti lights. Cacti like the plant
Cock
in the desert.
cocktail. What's cocktail? What's how is it spelled?
Cacti.
Hmm.
Cacti.
Okay, cacti.
Lights.
Cacti
Lights like
lights.
Ligate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know the
Alright,
cacti,
okay.
right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Cactus?
Like the plural of cactus.
Yes.
Alright, okay. Yeah, I found that.
Shout out
Alright.
to Yuki and Jake Shays. Thank you so much. And Abraham. This is a random Spanish guy who messaged me on Hello Talk. And he was like, dude, I listened to your podcast. It's great and keep it up. I was gonna have him on the podcast, but I'm sorry it didn't happen. But he's a boxer and
Cool.
he now teaches boxing and shit. It's really cool.
Nice.
Thank you for listening, Abraham. It means a lot. So shout out to you. And yeah, that's it. I'm gonna wrap this up. And thank you for being on my podcast. It means a lot.
Well, thank you so much for having me because it means a lot to me too. So yeah, I'm really happy we finally got to do this.
Yes, because you know me since I didn't speak good English, and
Yes.
since my English journey has come so far,
It
and
has, yeah.
it means crazily. It means crazy to fucking for you to be on what I created over.
Yes.
I mean, this podcast is not just. I mean, it's for fun, but it's not. It's a product of my over a decade of learning English.
Yeah.
So it means a lot if I have
Yeah, I
somebody
know, I know.
who.
Yeah. Well, it means a lot for me to be a part of it. Like I'm really, really happy. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much, and talk to you soon. Okay,
Yeah.
don't leave yet. I'm gonna end the podcast, but don't leave.
Okay. All right.
All right, bye everyone.
Bye.